What's up guys, how you doing? It's currently Friday lunchtime and I am on my lunch break. I'm off surfing tomorrow, surfing or taking pictures. The surf's looking pretty good. More than 12 hours before I'll actually be arriving at the coast and I'm already getting stuff ready. If you thought getting ready to go surfing was a pain in the ass, try getting camera equipment ready and having to charge batteries the day before and everything like that is an absolute nightmare. I've managed to actually string some videos together again for 2022, which has been nice, but one thing that's been notably absent from the videos is me. There's a few reasons, I guess. It's kind of largely procrastination, perfection, wanting to get things right, and it being hard around time and juggling other responsibilities. I mean, I've got like wetsuit repair kit on my desk and I've got a wetsuit hung over there because that's been hung there probably for 2 weeks now. I've been planning on doing this video about some DIY wetsuit repair. Let me show you. I did some like pretty extensive repairs to my wetsuit last year and I thought it'd be cool to share that. I put it off too much because I want to get it right and it's hard, but I'm conscious that that's my brain playing tricks on me, trying to stop me too. That's part of the reason I'm here today. Like when I started the channel out, I knew some random average, probably lower than average surfer from England has no right making a surfing channel on YouTube, but I did it anyway and really enjoyed doing it. So this is the purpose of me being back in front of the camera today, just doing it, making stuff, creating stuff and enjoying the process. So I'd say the surf's looking pretty good. I've got some new toys to play with, nothing overly exciting. I've got some new wetsuit socks, as my other ones were pretty holy and my feet felt like they were about to drop off last time. Gone for gull ones this time. They're nothing overly fancy, just neoprene, aren't they? Although you wouldn't believe it by the packaging, the gull power sock. But yeah, they look pretty good. I normally go Alder. I've literally for years used Alder one. Thought I'd try something different, so we'll see what they're like. I'm not overly confident that sole is going to last any longer than the ones I've been using. And my other little purchase, some earplugs. They're not surf specific, so I wouldn't recommend getting these for yourself. They're for swimming. And it says not to use at depths of over 5 feet. But yeah, I started using plugs maybe this time last year-ish, just because you get told you should do for surfer's ear and stuff. And an unexpected benefit has been that I used to have a lot of water trapped in my sinuses and it seems to have stopped that. I'm not 100% certain that's because of the plugs, but it kind of coincided with that. I've also been making a more conscious effort to breathe out from my nose underwater and clear my sinuses when I get out of the water. So I'm sure they've helped too, but I mean I used to do those things as well, so it might be that they've helped my sinuses out. Maybe there's a doctor or something watching this who can tell us in the comments, because I ain't a doctor. So with no further ado, let's make a start. Getting everything ready, that means boards, wetsuit, cameras, everything. Let's go. More than anything, this would be becoming a lesson in failure to prepare. I'm on 5% GoPro battery already, which sucks. I've just remembered seeing this. This has been slipping inside my water housing. I need to test this. I have a lot to do. I'm thinking it's gonna be a surfboard and a bodyboard kind of day. And by that, what I mean is that I'll take 3 boards and then probably use none of them and take pictures instead. Still wet from weeks ago. Minging. Whoa, so a few hours have passed since we last spoke. It's cold, it's dark, but I've finished work. I can only do so much on my lunch, one of those things. So all my mess that I kind of created earlier is all still here because I only managed to get half it done. I'm not feeling particularly optimistic about getting a load of the stuff done that I need to get done. I've been having some issues with my water housing. I've said in my review video that I was getting the telephoto port for it, which I've got. A bit disappointed with it in many ways. It's very good. Got some great shots at it. But there's a bit of an issue that I'll have to show you sometime. But the zoom wheel slips, basically. I needed to check it out. I'm not in a chance to get that done. I need to get petrol for the car. Got loads to do. So let's crack on. These are the old Alva socks that I said I used to use. They've kind of gone through ages ago. They lasted me a few years. They're pretty good, but it's no wonder they were freezing last time I used them. I'll save them for the neoprene though, so when you repair stuff in the future can use them. So many hours later since starting this, and we are ready. It's like 11-ish, so I'll be up in 6-ish, 6.5 hours. I'll see you then. We can start looking forward to things now. The hard work's done, the prep. I've just got to cross our fingers now and hope nature gives us the goods. See you in the morning. Nightmare. So it's 7:15, which is an hour later than I wanted to be setting off. We had 2 restless children waking us up this morning. They both just got coughs, so sort of coughed themselves awake this morning. But we are now en route. So we are here, this beautiful morning. The idea was to be getting in the sea right now, but children waking up and stuff had other plans. The tide and the surf looks sick. Ironically, like the actual delays might work in my favour a bit. There's a shot I always wanted to get about this tide, so that's cool, but there's no one in. So that's no fun. So there are actually 2 guys just paddling out now, I assume they're guys. I'm going to hang around for a bit, try and get this shot with the sunrise in the background, which is one I always wanted to get for a while. Maybe not as big as and as hollow as I would have liked for this picture, but hopefully there's someone on it that'll emphasise it a bit. So I can't speak to the camera properly because I have way too much in my hands right now. But after an hour or so procrastinating, deciding where to get in, I'm heading down. Let's do this. So that was short but sweet. There weren't too many people in on the peak I decided to shoot at, so when they got out it kind of felt silly just sat there shooting what are fairly fat point break waves. They're not particularly impressive to watch in of themselves, but it was alright. I'm grateful for it. It was quite a short session, but it was a long walk down. So might have time to shoot a few more stills and land shots after. One thing I do want to moan about is like maybe like an FYI to people who are looking to shoot water housings and surf and stuff, and I've done the review in the past on the camera I use and the salty housing I use. Kind of got the Sony, as I mentioned in my full video on it, because it's better for price. Basically it was a lot cheaper than getting an Aquatech for my Canon housing, even getting a salty housing for my current setup. It's far cheaper to buy the Sony, but the battery life is garbage. And one thing that I hate is the camera doesn't turn itself off very quickly, so it drains the battery mega fast. To put it in perspective, in the same time I drained like over half my Sony battery. The GoPro's still on like 85% or something. The GoPro shoot video, and granted there's features that help the GoPro out with that. It turns itself off and you can just shoot to film and it turns itself also off again. But if the Sony would do that, that'd be so much better. So I'm gonna have a dig around when I get home. I've had a pretty good look in the past at maximising battery life settings, but I need to look again, I think. While we're here, one thing that any cold water surfer has to get is some snowboarding socks for when you get out. They're so fucking good. So that is it for today, guys. Sorry there was less surf than I'd hoped, and there has been in the past in these videos, but it was nice to make something. It was nice to have that creative head on of thinking what to film and how to link stories. So there's definitely areas where I failed and fell down, but I think that was the purpose in this video, of intentionally failing maybe, to get back and just do something and make it, and then you watch it back and go, oh, I could have done this. And yeah, just gradual improvement. So it's kind of scary to do. You sort of start, you put off starting things like that because you're scared to fail, or I do. I think at some point you've got to just bite the bullet and be prepared to fail. So that's what I've done. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you have, please hit subscribe. I'm going to be mixing things up with video formatting, like things like this, surf videos, reviews, all the usual stuff that I've done years ago. Apart from Fantasy Surfer, I've not been watching an awful lot of the World Tour stuff at the moment, and we can maybe talk about that in the video. Thank you very much for watching. If you made it this far, I will see you soon. Cheers, bye.